Deborah Gore-Cannon. I'm the Director of Business and Enterprise at Milton Keynes Academy. We're supported by Deloitte and their Access programme in partnership with Teach First. I want to tell you this afternoon about a few students that Deloitte has had an enormous impact upon. I'm going to start with Farida, or we call her Farida for today's purposes. She has had very limited life experiences. So the first time that she'd ever been on a train was when the Teach First Futures launch event in Birmingham took place. She was very frightened. I had to persuade Mum to allow her to come. But luckily, she's now on the Futures programme. So Futures is a mentoring programme and also helps students go to open days and provides an all-important residential either at Oxford or Cambridge. So, as I say, Farida had very limited life experiences. And to give you just a sample of those, up until the age of 17, she hadn't been to Milton Keynes city centre. She lives about 2 miles away. She'd never ever been into the city centre before. Father's in prison, very little money at the home, and Mum was extremely reluctant to let her even consider university. But luckily, being on the Futures programme, she's had a Deloitte academic mentor and the opportunities I've just explained. We are talking here about a student who got A stars and A's across the board at GCSE. She also got 4 A's and AS. When you think that Mum was going to be reluctant to even let her go to university. Anyway, happy end to the story, fingers crossed. Come September, she has a place at Warwick to read English, which we are extremely proud about. Milton Keynes Academy, where I come from, is in an area of economic deprivation. 52% of our students are eligible for free school meals. There are 50 different home languages spoken. If you come from our catchment area, you are likely to have 10 years less life expectancy than if you literally live in the more affluent estate next door. A third of our students are carers. They either care for younger siblings or for parents. We've got all the problems associated with poverty. We have fractured families. We have, as a community, low aspirations, low self-esteem. You do not say that you come from Fishermead if you live there, because everybody will judge you. Because of that sort of demographic, it's really important that the Academy gives employability skills to our students, and we embed them within the curriculum from year 7 upwards. We seize any opportunity to broaden horizons and raise aspirations. And Deloitte are a key partner in our business engagement strategy to do that. I must praise at this point our Milton Keynes office. Dawn Howard, Jolien Hart, Nigel Webber really are passionate about this. They spearhead it, they give us so much support, and they are really changing lives. One of the highlights of our year is the TMT Predictions Challenge. Now that's a challenge that asks students to look forward into the future and think about innovations. The first time we did it, we had 5 boys. They were undistinguished, underachieving, game Xbox loving couch potatoes. They were mentored, they took part in the process, and their self-confidence began to change. Their status within the Academy began to soar, and they became quite cult figures because of it. One of the students became the most improved student in every subject area that he took, and that was down to his self-belief. Now, that very same student nearly didn't make it to the London final because Dad didn't want him to come, because Dad thought that London was full of drug dealers and pimps and it wasn't safe for his son to venture there. Now, for those of you who don't know, Milton Keynes is a mere 50 miles up the M1. TMT gives us an opportunity to open the eyes of the students that take part. They are immersed in possible career opportunities and alternative lifestyles to the ones that they are currently aware of. Two of our students on this year's team were so inspired by what they saw. They were determined to be Deloitte apprentices. Now, they were lucky because Deloitte had done employability workshops, the interviews, the CV writing, group assessment tasks, plus they'd been on this process. So they had the confidence, they had the skills, and they entered this very rigorous assessment scheme, passed with flying colours. They're going to be joining Deloitte in September. We're really, really sorry to see them go, but our loss is definitely your gain, and they are going to be sitting where you're sitting in a few years' time. We're very grateful for the sustained and deepening relationship that we have with Deloitte. I've talked about a few individual students, but the impact is huge. Thank you, and thank you for what you're just about to do, because you're just about, hopefully, to change people's lives.